Okay, this is a couple of help problems for your test review. I'm going to go over number 3 and number 5. Number 3 says the following wheel, so this wheel here is spinning at 1.36 RPMs. So right there, that's revolutions per minute. What is the velocity at the edge of the wheel in meters per second? Okay, a conflict I see before I even start this problem is I have minutes here, that M stands for minutes, and I have seconds at the end. I can't have meters or minutes and seconds, so I have to change this 1 minute into 60 seconds, because 1 minute and 60 seconds are the same thing. Okay, so next thing we have to do is we have to measure this wheel to get the radius. So I'm going to use, I know it's a protractor, but it's also got a ruler right here. I line the edge up with the edge of the line, if you can see that. I am right at, it's like about 3 centimeters. Okay. So I know that the radius is 3 centimeters. Right there is another conflict, because now I have centimeters here, and the question asks for meters per second. So I have to change centimeters into meters. If you look on page 2 of your packet, there are all of your different conversions there if you can't remember, but there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So I'm going to take this 3 centimeters, and I'm going to do a quick conversion. Okay, centimeters is on top, so centimeters goes on bottom, and there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So what I'm going to end up putting in my calculator is 3 times 1 is just 3 divided by 100. Okay, and that's going to give me 0.03 meters. So now this is my new radius. So now I can go back to my formula. V equals, that's the question, what is the velocity? 2 times pi times a radius of 0.03 meters times the number of revolutions I have. And that's right here, the 1.36 is my REV, revolutions. Oops. There we go. 1.36 over 1 minute. And because it says seconds on the end in the question, I need to change this minute and seconds, so I'm going to take this 60 seconds, I'm going to put it on the bottom. Now in my calculator, I just do 2 times the pi key times 0.03 times 1.36, and then hit equals, then divide by 60. And that should give me a velocity of 0.0042, we'll round off to 7 meters per second. I know we usually tell you to round to the nearest hundredth, but if we did that, it would just be 0.00. So we're going to go a little bit further. This is a pretty slow moving wheel. Alright, on to question number 5. See a few of the other answers on here if you want to check them, but it says a fan is rotating at 650 RPMs. So again, the 650 is my revolutions. The M stands for 1 minute. Okay, and it says the speed at the tip of the blade is 16.5 meters per second. So because it says speed, this is my velocity. The 16.5 meters per second. So if I look here, I got seconds and I have minutes. So again, I got to change 1 minute into 60 seconds. I'm going to ask, what is the radius of the blade? Okay, so I'm going to use the rotational velocity formula. V equals 2 pi. Now the question is, what is the radius? So I don't know that. That's going to be my variable. Times the number of revolutions, which is 650. And we're going to divide that by 60 seconds instead of 1 minute, because we have to convert it into seconds to make it match here. Okay, the algebra on this. Oh, I missed a spot. It's V. We have V right here is 16.5. That should go in for our velocity. I knew something didn't look right. So the 16.5 should go in over here. So now our algebra, first step I always do is I get rid of the fraction by multiplying by 60. Multiply by 60. And I get 990 equals 2 pi r times 650. Now at this point, I'm going to take the 2 times the pi times the 650. I'm going to skip over the r, and that's okay because it's all multiplication. Another way you could do this is do 2 times 650 and just keep the pi, and then you'll get 1300, and you could just divide by 1300 pi. But we're going to multiply these three numbers like I've shown you in class every time. So 2 times pi times 650 is, rewrite it up here, 990 equals 4084.07 times the radius. And our last step is to divide both sides by 4084.07. And then I get r equals 0.24. Now to get your label correct, remember a radius is a length. So I gotta look back up in my problem and say, okay, what do I have for a length or a distance? And I have meters. So if it's meters, this has to be 0.24 meters, which would be the same as 24 centimeters.